Good morning, it is MountainManDan. A cold, freezing morning in the San Juan Islands. Before we get going with anything else, I'm gonna put some water to boil. I got us a nice spot parked out on the water. We've got a lagoon behind us. And to the other side, the Strait of Juan de Fuca. The topic today is coffee. How I do it and when. Right now it's just me. I'm gonna get us started with an Aeropress. For multiple people, I go with the French press. You get up to 4 cups out of it depending on the size of the French press you have. A little less cleanup involved, and it just takes a little less time when it comes to giving you a crowd's worth of coffee. For the Aeropress, I normally have some espresso ground I'm already carrying with me. I keep that in an airtight bin and I'm good to go then. But if I'm doing the French press, I just normally have a local bean. This is from down south near Seattle, so that's what I've got. So we'll take you through the process, grinding the beans, and then of course setting up the Aero. I'm feeling a little proud of my spot right now. Look at this sunrise. Okay, so the Aeropress is like a coffee syringe. Got a plunger and a chamber. Nothing crazy here. So I'm gonna put about 1 inch worth of espresso grinds here, pour hot water on it, and then allow it to steep, press it into my mug. All right, here's about our inch. And we're about to pour boiling water onto that. I'm gonna keep this airtight so the grounds stay fresh. Time to pour. Stir. And top it off. All right, so then you just put your locking lid on top, which has the filter in it. Good to go. This is how you will then press it onto the mug. Now we wait. While the Aeropress steeps, I'm gonna make use of my time just by showing you guys this grinder. It's a Porlex stainless steel grinder, so what you do is you have a spot for the beans on top to enter a grinder. It's like a ceramic burr. So as you twist this thing, takes it from bean to ground into this chamber below. So the lucky thing about this is it does make about an Aeropress worth of beans if you're doing that. So you can fill the compartment, grind them into the chamber, and that'll give you 1 Aeropress worth. I normally do 2 or 3 of these in a very coarser grind, not fine like espresso, and that's for the French press. I'll do that just because I'm gonna have a second cup. Want to show you how I rock it. Nothing like the trusty multi-tool. This is still the first chamber of beans. Imagine doing this 3 times. Okay, we've given this a few minutes. Now we compress. I like to hold the cup. I feel like if you push this thing and it slid, it could be wild. I've seen it done and coffee went everywhere. Pretty light pressure, and you're gonna start pushing plunger down through, and it butts up to a puck of coffee here at the end. Then you just empty the chamber, dump it in the trash. All right, we're mashed and we're good. It holds a little because of the grate here. It still has plenty drips of coffee in there, so I give it a little bit of a bump. Then I turn it over and we deal with the grounds. Perfection. Still too hot to drink, but all we do here, twist to unlock, and that gives us our great filter all together. And then you've got this puck here. I feel like this is a high risk, high reward. You don't want it to pop off, but that's the puck. Now we dispose. That is amazing. But for these, there's still a little residue. I normally take the hot water that I have from boiling, rinse this, rinse my lid, done. So that's why I do like the Aeropress. And I think it's a rich, full-bodied coffee. Good mouthfeel, plenty of richness, texture. Dog hair. Thanks, Coop. I've just been doing it for 5-6 years and I haven't felt the need to try much else. Three chambers of grounds, boiled water. Let's enjoy a French press. Time to stir. One thing to note, don't fill these as far up as you can. You will mash grounds and water right out of your press. And it's a mess every time. So I cap it to steep to contain some heat in. Sometimes I will even drop, we've got a nice towel here, and I'll just put this around it and sort of hook it into the handle just so it'll keep some heat in as well. But it ain't that cold, we fine. So while that's ready, I'm gonna finish this and enjoy. And thanks for having some coffee with me. This is MountainManDan. Subscribe to the channel, and let's come and brew up some soon for a nice morning on the water. Later. So, it's just me right now. This isn't uncommon if I'm French pressing, and I do have some left over in the press itself. A lot of times, I'll just take what's left and let it steep here in the sink so it can't spill. I'll leave it here for the rest of the day. Then I put it in just a protein container or like a big something, a mason jar, whatever, something that it won't spill in. I don't put the French press in my fridge, but I'll keep it and let it stay in the fridge. There's a car. And it's nice to have cold brew. That's why I do it, because I can have cold brew, it'll steep longer, it'll stay in the grounds, get a little stronger, more concentrated, and then I can have a cold brew later in the day if that's what I'm feeling. Simple enough, and at least I'm not wasting it.